Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Here in this video we will learn how to evaluate the integrals by using calculus of residue. Okay, so first we evaluate integral of the type 1. So that is, if the given integral is of the form 0 integral 0 to 2 pi f of cos theta comma sin theta d theta. Okay, so here cos theta and sin theta, so that is where the integrand is the rational functions of cos theta and sin theta. If the given integral is of this form, then we can easily integrate, that is we can find the integral by using calculus of residues. Okay, procedure: in the given integral we put z equals to e raised to I theta, then differentiating this one we get dz equals to I into e raised to I theta d theta. So here e raised to I theta is nothing but z. Okay, therefore d theta can be written as, so sending this iz to the this side, we will get 1 divided by iz dz. Okay, and we know that cos theta is equals to e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta. Okay, so we know that cos theta equals to e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta divided by 2. So which is z mean e raised to I theta means it is z, plus e raised to minus I theta means it is z inverse divided by 2, or it can be written as 1 divided by z plus z inverse means it is 1 by z. Okay, so thus we substitute cos theta equals to 1 by 2 z plus 1 by z, and similarly sin theta can be replaced by 1 by 2i z minus 1 by z in the given integral, and simplifying we get the given integral will be of the functions of z. Okay, so that means it then the given integral becomes integration c phi of z dz. Phi of z means it is a function of z. Okay, where c is a unit circle, because 0 to 2 pi it represents a circle. Okay, because theta varies from 0 to 2 pi means it is a circle with, so that is circle, so that is unit circle. Okay, mod z equals to 1. Okay, in the third step, therefore by the Cauchy's residue theorem we have this integral c f of z dz is equals to 2 pi I sum of the residues. Okay, so instead of f of z we have phi of z. Okay, so it can be evaluated by using Cauchy's residue theorem, that is 2 pi I summation r. Here r are the residues of the given this function. Okay, at the poles which lies inside the C. Okay, which lies inside C. Only we consider those poles which lies inside the C. Okay, so if you solve one problem you will get that is you will understand. Okay, first problem: show that integral 0 to 2 pi d theta divided by 2 plus cos theta equals to 2 pi by root 3. Okay, solution. So because here they will mention that by Cauchy's residue or by Cauchy's residue theorem, or simply they will ask that evaluate this by residue theory. Okay, so given we consider this given integral as I equals to 0 to 2 pi d theta divided by 2 plus cos theta. Okay, so here because it is in the form of 0 to 2 pi, integral 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so in this type already we have seen that we substitute z equals to e raised to I theta, differentiating we get dz equals to e raised to I into e raised to I theta d theta, or d theta can be written as, sending this side we get 1 by I e raised to I theta means it is z, so into dz. Okay, also here cos theta is given, so only we substitute cos theta equals to 1 by 2 z plus 1 by z, or taking LCM here we get 2z, z into z, z square plus 1. Okay, now substituting these values into given integral, we get I equals to integral 0 to 2 pi d theta divided by 2 plus cos theta. So this is equals to integral c. Okay, so here 0 to 2 pi we can replace it by c. D theta value is 1 by iz dz, okay, into this 2 plus cos theta value is z square plus 1 divided by 2z. Okay, now further simplifying this one, this iz, so this I can be taken outside. Okay, 1 by I integral c dz, keep this z as it is. In this bracket we take 2z LCM. Okay, so taking 2z LCM here we get 2 into 2 4z plus z square plus 1. This z get cancels and 2 can be sent to the numerator, or taking this 2 outside we get 2 by I integral c dz divided by 4z, or it is z square plus 4z plus 1. Okay, so now it is totally function of z. Okay, given integral becomes function of z. So this can be, that is value of this integral can be found by using calculus of residue. Okay, that is Cauchy's residue theorem. So therefore we treat this as integral c f of z dz, where c is unit circle. Okay, already we have discussed in the procedure part. Okay, so therefore by Cauchy's residue theorem, integral c f of z dz can be evaluated as 2 pi I summation, that is sum of the residues which lies at the poles which lies inside C. Okay, so consider this as equation 2. Now we have to find the residues of f of z which for those poles which lies the inside C. Here f of z means this one. Okay, so now the poles of f of z are, so for that, to find the poles we should take the denominator equals to 0. Z square 4z plus 1 equals to 0. So using formula method we get z equals to minus b, that is minus 4 plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac, which is equals to 4 divided by 2a. It is simply 2. So minus 4, okay, plus or minus 16 minus 4 equals to, we get 12. So that can be written as 2 root 3, okay, divided by 2. Now taking 2 outside and cancelling this 2, we get minus 2 plus or minus 2 get cancels, we get root 3. Therefore z equals to minus 2 plus root 3 and z equals to minus 2 minus root 3 are simple poles of f of z. Okay, so now we find residue if these 2 points lies inside C, otherwise we will get the integral value equals to 0. First we check whether these 2 poles lies inside or outside of C. Now let this pole as alpha equals to minus 2 plus root 3 and this one as beta equals to minus 2 minus root 3. So clearly if you take mod of alpha, so that will be less than 1 and mod of beta will be greater than 1. So therefore this lies outside circle. Okay, so it is clear mod of alpha is less than 1, so lies inside C, because C value, that is radius, equals to 1. So therefore it lies inside C. But this is mod of Z is greater than 1, which lies outside C. Okay, so that is C is circle. Okay, so therefore Z equals to alpha, which is equals to minus 2 plus root 3, is a simple pole lying inside circle C. Okay, so therefore we find residue at Z equals to alpha. Okay, now before finding this alpha, f of Z can be, since alpha and beta are roots of the quadratic equation, so that is, it was Z square 4Z plus 1. Okay, so that can be represented by, because these are the roots of this equation, so they can be represented as Z minus alpha, Z minus beta. Okay, so therefore f of Z can be written as 2 by I. Okay, so only f of Z. Okay, I am not considering here integral sign. So f of Z can be written as 2 by I Z minus alpha, Z minus beta. Okay, or you can take this 2I outside itself. Okay, you can just substitute that value. Okay, now therefore now residue of f of Z at Z, okay, is equals to limit Z tends to alpha, Z minus alpha into f of Z, so which is equals to limit Z tends to alpha 2 by I, so this, or you can write it as Z minus alpha 2 by I 1 by Z minus alpha, Z minus beta. Z minus alpha get cancels, so we get limit Z tends to alpha. Alpha means it is nothing but minus 2 plus root 3, so you can substitute here itself, minus 2 plus root 3, 2 by I into Z minus beta. Okay, now evaluating limit, we get 2 by I, Z value is minus 2 plus root 3, and we substitute beta value, so because it is minus sign, we get minus into minus plus 2, and minus into minus we get plus root 3. So here minus 2 plus 2 get cancels, root 3 we get 2 root 3. Okay, so therefore it is 2 into I 2 root 3, 2 get cancels, I value is minus. Okay, minus I, therefore 1 by I value is equals to minus I, so substituting that value we get minus I by root 3. So consider this equation 3. So substituting this equation 3 into equation 2. So here in this equation we get equation 2 implies integral C f of Z dz equals to 2 pi I minus I by root 3. So which is equals to I into I square. I square value is minus 1, minus into minus we get plus. So therefore it is 2 pi divided by root 3. So here f of Z dz is nothing but given integral 0 to 2 pi d theta divided by 2 plus cos theta is equals to 2 pi by root 3. This is the required proof. Okay, so these problems are quite lengthy. Next, second one, show that integral 0 to 2 pi d theta by a plus b cos theta, or it is equals to integral 0 to 2 pi d theta divided by a plus b sin theta equals to 2 pi by root of square root of a square minus b square, where a is greater than b, which is greater than 0. So in the exam they may ask this integral equals to this one or this integral equals to this one. So for both the procedure, that is almost all steps are same. Okay, let the given integral I equals to integral 0 to 2 pi d theta divided by a plus b cos theta. So now I will solve this one. Okay, so you can in the same way you can solve the second integral. Okay, consider this as equation 1. Put z equals to e raised to I theta. So differentiating, we get dz equals to I into e raised to I theta d theta, or d theta equals to 1 by I z into dz. Okay, and because here cos theta is given, so therefore also put cos theta equals to 1 by 2. So taking LCM, we get, or we write 1 by z, that is 1 by 2 z square plus 1 by z. Okay, so substituting into equation 1, we get equation 1 implies I equals to integral 0 to 2 pi can be written as c d theta is nothing but it is 1 by iz. Okay, first we keep a as it is and b as it is. Cos theta value is z square plus 1 divided by 2z, and now d theta value is dz divided by iz. Okay, so further simplifying this one, we get I equals to integral c. So simplifying this one, that is in the denominator we take 2z LCM, we get 2za plus bz square plus b into this dz divided by iz as it is. Z get cancelled, we take this 2 to the numerator. Okay, so therefore it becomes integral c 2 by I into, so this dz square plus 2a z plus b. Okay, into dz. Consider this as equation 2. So now it is in the form of integral c f of z dz. Okay, so you can take this 2 by I outside. Okay, or we can write it as 2 by I outside. Okay, so where c is given by unit circle, it is mod z equals to 1. Okay, now by Cauchy's residue theorem, we have this integral c f of z dz equals to 2 pi I sum of residues. Okay, consider this as equation 3. Okay, now we find the residues. So here we find residue for those poles which lies inside C. So first we consider the poles. Okay, poles of f of z are obtained by equating z square plus 2az plus b equals to 0, which implies that z equals to minus b, means here it is minus 2a, plus or minus b square means 4a square minus 4bc. Okay, so 4bc means, sorry, 4ac means here c value is b, it is 4b, here a value is 1 divided by 2a. 2 into a value is 1. Okay, so it is b into, so here we get b square and this one as b. Okay, now further simplifying this one, we get 4 can be taken outside and taking 2 common, we get minus a plus or minus under root a square minus b square divided by 2b. 2 to get cancelled, so we take z equals to minus a plus or minus square root of a square minus b square divided by b. Now let alpha equals to minus a plus square root of a square minus b square divided by b, and beta is equals to minus a minus square root of a square minus b square divided by b. So it is given that a is greater than b, which is greater than 0. So it implies that mod of alpha, okay, so mod of this alpha is less than 1 and mod of beta is greater than 1. Okay, because here mod of alpha is less than, because if you consider mod, here a is greater than b, so we will get this in the negative form. Okay, so that means it is less than 1, not negative, so it is, we subtract from this one. Okay, so therefore here we get less quantity and here we get greatest quantity, because both are minus sign, minus into minus, we get, we add, but on taking mod the minus sign goes, therefore we get here greater than 1. So therefore alpha z equals to alpha is a simple pole lies inside C. Okay, hence we find residue of f of z at z equals to alpha. Okay, now since alpha and beta are roots of that equation, bz square plus 2az plus b. Okay, so therefore this can be written as bz square 2az plus b can be written as b into z minus alpha into z minus beta, because here reading element is b, therefore we have to multiply with b. Okay, so therefore f of z can be written as, it is integral c 2 by I dz. So instead of this one, it can be replaced by this b into z minus alpha z minus beta, not b, it is beta. Okay, so now we find residue at z equals to alpha. So residue of f of z at z equals to alpha is equals to limit z tends to alpha z minus alpha f of z. F of z value is, so here we don't write here integral, so it is 2 divided by IB z minus alpha z minus beta, z minus alpha get cancelled. Now evaluating this alpha, we get here 2 I into z means b as it is, z means it is alpha minus beta. So 2 bi, alpha value is, so alpha is this one. Okay, minus a plus root of a square minus b square by b minus beta. Beta is this one, minus into minus, plus a square minus b square. So it is b is common to all terms, we write b here, plus a minus a get cancels. Okay, we get 2 divided by bi as it is, we get 2 root of a square minus b square. this 2 get cancels. We get 1 divided by bi root of a square minus b square. Sorry, even this b also get cancelled. Simply we get I into root of a square minus b square. Okay, so thus residue of f of z at alpha is equals to, we have 1 divided by I root of a square minus b square. Consider this as equation 4. Now substituting this equation 4 into this Cauchy's residue theorem, okay, we get, so this is nothing but we get I is equals to integral c f of z dz equals to 2 pi I 1 by I root of a square minus b square. I get cancels. We get 2 pi divided by root of a square minus b square. So this is the required answer. Okay, so we substitute integral f of z dz value. So it is the given integral 0 to 2 pi. So it was d theta divided by a plus b cos theta d theta. Okay, it is equals to 2 pi divided by square root of a square minus b square, which is the required proof. You may remember this as a formula also. Okay, so by using this formula we have solved one problem. Show that integral 0 to 2 pi d theta divided by a plus b cos theta is equals to pi square root of a square minus b square. Okay, solution. So already we have proved this one, that is, we know that integral 0 to 2 pi d theta a plus b cos theta is given by 2 pi by square root of a square minus b square. Okay, and also by the properties of definite integral we have integral 0 to 2 pi, okay, d theta divided by a plus b cos theta can be written as 2 into integral 0 to pi d theta divided by a plus b cos theta. Okay, so which implies that its value is 2 pi by square root of a square minus b square into 2 integral 0 to pi d theta by a plus b cos theta. 2 get cancels, so we get integral 0 to pi d theta divided by a plus b cos theta is equals to, it is simply pi divided by square root of a square minus b square, which is the required proof. Next problem, evaluate integral minus pi to pi a cos theta divided by a plus cos theta d theta, where a is greater than 1 by using theory of residue. So here you can observe that in the numerator we have a cos theta. Okay, so cos theta means it is the real part of e raised to I theta. Okay, so therefore this whole integral can be taken as it is the real part of a divided by a plus cos theta. Okay, let us see here solution. First we use the definite integral properties. Okay, I is equals to minus pi to pi a cos theta divided by a plus cos theta d theta can be written as, so this can be written as 2 into 0 to pi. Okay, so if I use the properties of definite integral, it can be written as 2 into integral 0 to pi a cos theta divided by a plus cos theta into d theta. Again using the definite integral property, so that is 0 to a can be written as 2 into, sorry, here we multiply this pi by 2, so that is we get 1 by 2 integral 0 to 2 pi. Okay, because I am considering here 2 pi, therefore we write here 1 by 2 a cos theta divided by a plus cos theta d theta. This 2 get cancelled, so simply we get this 0 to 2 pi a cos theta. Okay, so here a cos theta means it is the real part of e raised to a into e raised to I theta. Okay, cos theta is the real part of e raised to I theta. Okay, so therefore we write it as it is the real part of integral 0 to 2 pi a into e raised to I theta divided by denominator as it is. Okay, so because cos theta is the real part of e raised to I theta, therefore here I have written real part of integral 0 to 2 pi a into e raised to I theta divided by a plus cos theta. Okay, consider this as equation 1. Now to evaluate integral 0 to 2 pi, that is 1, so we put z equals to e raised to I theta. So integrating and simplifying, we get dz equals to 1 by I z into e raised to, sorry, it is d theta. Okay, and here we have cos theta, therefore put cos theta equals to z square plus 1 divided by 2z. Okay, it is already explained in the last problem. Okay, so therefore I becomes, or simply we consider that integral 0 to 2 pi d theta. So here we have a e raised to I theta. Okay, d theta a plus cos theta. It becomes, this can be written as integral c a as it is, e raised to I theta means it is z, a as it is, cos theta means it is z square plus 1 divided by 2z. Okay, into d theta value is 1 by I z into dz. Okay, sorry, this is d theta value, directly I have written d theta value. Okay, it is dz. Z get cancels. Okay, here we can take integral c a as it is. In the denominator we can take 2z LCM, we get 2za plus z square plus 1 into dz. So further simplifying, so here we have I term. Further simplifying, we get integral c. So taking this 2z numerator, we get 2az divided by I into z square plus 2az plus 1 dz. Okay, so this is this integral value 0 to 2 pi a into e raised to I theta divided by a plus cos theta d theta. Okay, its value. So consider this as equation 2. Here c is mod z equals to 1. Okay, so this we take it as integral c f of z dz. Okay, so now therefore by Cauchy's residue theorem, so integral c f of z dz is equals to 2 pi I sum of the residues at a pole which lies inside C. Okay, inside this C. So now we find pole. Okay, so now poles of f of z is equals to equating denominator, that is z square plus 2az plus 1 equals to 0. We get z equals to minus b, that is minus 2a plus or minus b square, that is 4a square minus 2ab, minus 4ac. 4ac means it is 4 divided by 2a, which is equals to 2, or minus 2 taken outside, simply we take a 2, we get minus a plus or minus 4 can be taken outside. We get 2 root a square minus 1 divided by 2. 2 get cancelled. Thus z equals to minus a plus or minus square root of a square minus 1. So let alpha equals to minus a plus square root of a square minus 1 and beta equals to minus a minus square root of a square minus 1. Now we check whether these two poles lies inside the C or not. Okay. So since alpha a, given that a is greater than 1, it implies that this alpha, okay, mod of alpha is less than 1 and mod of beta is greater than 1. Okay. So therefore alpha equals to, or simply we write z equals to alpha is a simple pole which lies inside C. Okay, that is C is equals to mod z equals to 1. Okay, so therefore we find residue at only this z equals to alpha. Okay, therefore residue at z equals to alpha is equals to limit z tends to alpha z minus alpha, okay, into f of z, which is equals to limit z tends to alpha z minus alpha. This f of z can be written as, so here because alpha and beta are the roots of this quadratic equation. Okay, so therefore it can be written as f of z is 2az I. So in this place we can write it as z minus alpha and z minus beta, because alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation. Okay, so z minus alpha get cancels. Now substituting z equals to alpha, we get 2a alpha divided by I alpha minus beta. So alpha, here alpha value is minus a plus a root of a square minus 1. So that is 2a minus a plus a square minus 1 divided by I alpha is minus a plus root of a square minus 1 and beta value is minus into minus plus a plus minus into, so here we have it is minus beta. Okay, so plus into minus we get plus root of a square minus 1. Okay, so this minus a plus a get cancels. We get multiplying this 2a with this bracket, we get 2a square plus 2a root of a square minus 1, denominator I into, it is 2 root of a square minus 1. So therefore by Cauchy's residue theorem, integral c f of z dz is equals to 2 pi I, this one, okay, or we this minus 2a square plus 2a root of a square minus 1 divided by 2i square root of a square minus 1. So 2i get cancels. Okay, so it is equals to 2a pi, here we get minus a plus square root of a square minus 1, denominator a square minus 1. Okay, so this is f of z dz value. So therefore equation 2 implies that given definite integral 0 to 2 pi, okay, so this is equals to, that is 0 to 2 pi cos of a into e raised to I theta divided by a plus cos theta d theta. This equation 2. Okay, equation 2, it is equals to 2a pi square root of a square minus 1 minus a plus square root of a square minus 1. So you can observe that here there is no items, so this is purely real part. So therefore real part of this equation, okay, so real part of integral 0 to 2 pi a e raised to I theta divided by a plus cos theta is, real part is this one itself, therefore it is 2 pi square root of a square minus 1 minus a plus a square minus 1. So thus given integral is equals to, so here we write the given integral. So in the equation 1 we have taken I is equals to real part of 0 to 2 pi, this one, okay. So therefore I is equals to real part, we got this one, so this, okay. So therefore given integral is equals to 2a pi divided by square root of a square minus 1 minus a plus a square minus 1, okay. So this is the required answer.